From director Ben Leonberg comes the canine-based horror film Good Boy. And this is a good film. This was really very interesting, very well made, considering you learn at the end of the film, at least if you see it in theater, that this entire film was made over the course of several years with basically a crew of two people. It was basically the director and his wife. There are a few actors in it, and there is the a titular Good Boy, the dog that is the hero and the focus of this film. Indy as Indy, the dog. Basic film, and the whole thing. I've never seen anything quite like this. Very well shot. The whole thing is focused on a dog, and this dog is with its master, its owner, its human, who is kind of a sickly, kind of a troubled guy. He decides to leave the city and head off to a remote cabin house that was owned by his grandfather. It was handed down to him after his grandfather passed away under somewhat mysterious circumstances, and he's just trying to get by and fix up the place and get his act together. He also is suffering from some sort of, I don't know if it's ever quite named, but he has sort of like a chronic or terminal illness, and it's all from the dog's point of view, not out of the dog's eyes, but the camera is always really focused on the dog for the most part, and how the dog reacts to everything, and how the dog, is protective and worried and scared, and the dog is an excellent actor. Now, at the end of the film, I will give away, in the theater at least, and I hope this is retained elsewhere, at the end of the film, you see the filmmaker and the dog, and they do a little behind the scenes thing for a few minutes that shows you how the film was made. And he keeps saying, you have to remember, Indy had no idea he was in a film. He was just reacting to stuff. And we captured it, and here's how it works. So if you do go see this, stay through the credits, because that really is a great way to walk out with a smile on your face. The film is very well made. It is very creepy. It is filled with dread. The basic story, as I said, is the owner and the dog are out in the sticks. The owner's sister is very concerned about him, and those two siblings have a very push and pull, somewhat frayed is not frictiony relationship, and there's something not right about the house. Is it haunted? Is there something in the woods? What is it? The film, as it goes on, gets more and more into that aspect of it. It's very creepy. It's very effectively done. Again, on a shoestring, but it looks great. And the performances are very good, not least of which is the dog. I don't know how often, if at all, you actually see human faces in this. Very, very little, because again, it's from the dog's point of view. So it's sort of like the faces are usually obscured somehow or out of focus or covered by something. And you see the bodies. And it's a good cabin in the woods movie. It's a good movie that if you're alone with your dog on vacation and you want to watch a movie in that cabin in the woods, Good Boy is a really good one to do. So this was a very small release. This, I believe, is a Shudder release, so it'll be on Shudder eventually. Glad it was put in theaters, because it is very theatrical, very immersive. You really kind of get lost in this slow, quiet, creepy, building dread, and you just love that dog. I'm not going to tell you if anything happens to the dog. I'm not going to tell you how the movie ends. I'm really not going to tell you anything more than that, other than I really recommend it. It's probably not going to be in theaters much longer as I'm recording this, but it will be on Shudder forevermore. Very much worth looking at, especially if you're a dog lover. Good Boy.